I think I will be laid off. So yeah. A couple days ago, I made a post on this sub about how I broke production. I am a junior with a couple of months of experience. I am pretty sure my company was finding an excuse anyways. My engineering director stopped inviting me to any meetings, and took a large project that was assigned to me away from me. She also invited me to a 2-hour meeting where the requirements of the project were discussed, so it seems odd that I was taken off abruptly. I was told via email and was removed from the Teams channel. It was a good couple of months. Edit for everyone saying I am taking it lightly. I have no choice. Internally I am panicking because it was so difficult to land even this job. There is sense of terror that comes knowing what's about to happen. But there is also a sense of calm that comes from knowing what is about to happen. I shall accept my fate. She is trying to save her job. It should not be possible for a junior to do that if they first place. This would be more of a firing than a layoff. Either way, I'd get the resume up today and start looking around. Either you find a better job and jump, or the director does not do anything more than take you off the project that you broke to save face. I think you're getting fired, not laid off, Brody. Yeah, well, it should be a lot harder than that to break production. There should be a lot of safeguards in place, like CI/CD pipelines, unit testing, QA testers, code reviews, another pipeline for merging, etc. You'd most likely learn bad habits and discipline if you stay in that environment. Also, it's usually pretty hard to get fired, so that speaks volumes too. You'll be okay, find a better job. Hang in there. I am a junior with a couple of months of experience and took a large project that was assigned to me away. Don't add up. Juniors shouldn't be assigned to large projects. They should learn from seniors working on large projects. That's why you broke production. Your company don't know what is the role of a junior. Sounds like a bad company, tbh. Having a process that allows a new dev with a few months experience or any dev push directly to production with no other environments in between sounds bad. Then, immediately throwing you under the bus and firing you after one mistake. That's harsher than most places I've seen. If I remember correctly, all of the comments from the previous post stated you are fine and it's on the company for their failed policy procedure shouldn't have immediately went to production. If they fire you for that, then fuck 'em. At least you didn't waste more time on a sinking ship. SWE is a team sport. Sounds like a shit company. Start applying to new jobs like right now if you haven't already started. At least you'll be getting paid to apply to new roles. Don't explain this situation in depth to recruiters hiring managers during interviews. A lot of people in tech have been impacted by layoffs. So stick with that explanation. Good luck. Everything happens for a reason. When one door closes, another opens. You got this, use this as a lesson. And don't beat yourself up. I know it sucks to be fired, but honestly, this for the better. That company can fuck off. As others have mentioned, it sounds like you're getting fired, not laid off. But don't let that discourage you from applying for unemployment. I was unjustly fired many years ago from a job. Initially, my unemployment was denied. However, I appealed and pled my case. They decided I was not properly trained in order for the mistake to be my fault. This sounds similar to your situation. Not sure if this applies to you, but useful information nevertheless. Apply for unemployment even if you're fired. Fire. Seriously. Don't feel bad. Most senior and higher engineers have done something like this at some point. I have multiple times. And when it does happen, there are almost always other contributing factors, e.g., insufficient safeguards. It's almost a certainty that your boss is throwing you under the bus in order to save her own skin. Did you delete the credit cards table? If a dev can break prod, that is not your fault. Oh yay, they took you off the Teams channel. You're cooked, brother. Sounds like you dodged a bullet. I mean, I'm sure it sucks, but I think they're doing you a favor. I don't think you want to learn from developers that let a junior break prod. They clearly aren't following good practices. I don't think that's getting laid off. Sounds like you're getting fired. And it's likely this is a pattern of behavior versus one-off incident. How did a junior dev with only a few months XP get access to prod? If you are getting fired for break prod, it must have been a royal screw-up. Did they do an RCA? Any company that fires someone for making a mistake, as long as no laws were broken, you don't want to be at. In future interviews, you can talk about how you broke production. Good engineers see it as a rite of passage and outline the reasons it occurred, which safeguards were needed, and how you could prevent it in the future. Don't sign anything. Find a better company that treats junior developers accordingly and doesn't use Teams. Before you go, make sure to let the other juniors know they can crash the product whenever they feel like it. Save up some dollar and start getting out some job applications. This sounds like they are converting their ass and isn't really about you. You shouldn't have had the capacity to break prod so easily without some other people checking your work on the way. For your future interviews, most places won't dig into why you're no longer with your previous company, provided you give a reasonable answer. Don't lie about being fired if you do wind up being fired, but you also don't need to explain everything. Or anything really, if they don't ask. Some other people have said it. But if a junior can break production, then whoever your supervisor is or whoever assigned you tasks that could have that effect is probably getting fired. It ain't over until it's over. Don't just give up hope right now. Be humble and ask for help and training, and you should be helped and trained. If they flush you, it wasn't going to work out at that shit show of a company that lets juniors at things that can break production. I am a junior with a couple of months of experience. My engineering director took a large project that was assigned to me away from me. Sounds like this company has no idea what they are doing if they gave a junior with a few months of experience a large project. It ain't your fault. I would blame your senior engineers for not building a correct CI/CD pipeline. There should have been multiple safeguards in place to spot and catch bugs before it hits prod. Some being code reviews, unit testing, integration testing, alpha stage, beta stage, gamma, prod. It's the job of seniors to spot these so stuff like this doesn't happen as much. Even so, there should be rollback procedures so revert bad code. Your team sucks. You're being fired, not laid off. Also, it seems as though the company is moving very slowly with this process. Removing you from meetings, then removing you from a project. Kinda odd. Trust me. Blessing in disguise. You're a junior. You should not be able to break production. You work at a circus. If you break the clown car, who do you blame? You. Or all the clowns in the busted ass car? Polish up that resume and start looking again.